So, hello there! You probably know who we are by now. I am Stephen. He doesn't want to give his own introduction, so he is James.
We thought we'd do a vlog on YouTube and the YouTubers and stuff. Me and Stephen thought we'd do a video on YouTubers and the users of YouTube, and our opinions on them. They're not always exactly the same, in the fact that Stephen's less a fan of vlogs than me, and
I'm more of an asshole.
yeah.
Oh, bollocking burgers, that flipping hurt. Let's start with a weird hairstyle. Was I meant to have eaten that? Okay, so let's start with one of the things that generally goes around YouTube. The sort of idea of fandom, so PewDiePie's Bro Army, or Dan is Not on Fire's Dinosaur thing, or Wheezy Waiter's Beard Lovers, or so on and so forth.
Beard lovers are awesome.
I'm not a fan of this idea. Like, not... this is completely unrelated to the YouTubers themselves. Like, I'm not a fan of the whole name your subscribers after a thing, because then it just seems like every time you like a video as that channel, you're going to have some 12-year-old going over, "The Pro Army has arrived!" Or,
I think less so for some people though.
yeah, I mean,
think you have...
Dan is Not on Fire is probably a pretty good example of one that I've never seen have, like, if you like something, you don't generally see the dinosaurs have arrived or anything like that. You might see a couple of ones saying Dan is Not on Fire sent me here or something like that, but you don't generally see the whole obnoxiously Blair ones.
Personally, I haven't really got a problem with any YouTubers until they start detracting attention from YouTubers that actually deserve it. Just because I think if you want to put content out on the internet and it's something you enjoy doing, you should go ahead and do it. It just means that I might not watch you, or it's, I mean, that's what's the great thing about YouTube, is you can choose what you watch. And if you don't like someone, you just don't watch them. The problem with that is when that person is bigger, again, opinions, my opinion is that if that person is bigger than someone else who deserves it more, that's where it starts to get a little bit annoying.
Which brings us on to step 2. The boob tubers. Oh god. I feel really bad for so many female vloggers out there, like that Jenny B, or Ickle Nelly Rose, or Katie17, is she? She's a woman. I feel so bad for them, and I'm so sorry for you, because you have to put up with Miss Hannah Minx's jugs and the Reply Girls, and they have nothing to say. I mean, there's two things there. There's obviously things there, but they've got nothing to say, and it's a shame, because you deserve the content a lot. Like, you deserve the views and money they make a lot more than they do. Because I remember there was that big thing a while back where, I don't know if it was Megan Speaks or the Reply Girl, or whichever one it was, they were like bumming off the Yogscast.
It's both.
And that's not cool. That's not cool. And I'm really sorry for like the actual hard-working female vloggers.
I don't think it's just female vloggers either, to be fair. I think anyone it's detracting from anyone.
Well, true, but
yeah, I know
like,
what you mean. And you know what it's down to. It's 12-year-old boys.
It's the YouTube mentality.
Who instantly go on, watch the Yogscast. I haven't got a problem with Yogscast. In fact, I think some of their videos are quite good. And
agreed in this scenario. And
I think in some cases they might put up a bit too much content, but it's something they enjoy doing. It's something I enjoy watching at times. It just depends on what it is. But it's the 12-year-old boys that watch the Yogscast and then instantly see a pair of boobs on the side of the screen and like, OMG, clicking it. So they click it, and then obviously they get 50,000 views. It is, and then you've got them there forever. Then because so many views, and
I mean, this was a 2012 thing. It's certainly late to bring up now.
Yeah,
I've not seen much from Miss Hannah Minx. I've not really seen much of the Reply Girls since sort of summer last year.
They're there.
They are still there, but they're not in my face, which I appreciate, and that's a good thing.
Point 3. I suppose we should probably touch upon gaming channels.
Yeah, okay then.
It's something that I haven't got a problem with as such, but I know Stephen's not a massive fan of Let's Plays.
Agreed.
My views on it is there's not much to it. Like if I wanted to go onto the internet and post videos of me screaming to some video game, for example Slenderman or Amnesia or something like that, yeah. It's not a hard thing to do, and if that's going to get me views and money, then great. But it's not something that I'd enjoy doing, and it's like It's like, it just seems a bit wrong that people are sort of, again, detracting attention from the people that deserve it when they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything other than screaming at a TV screen.
It feels like a cheap way out, and you'll probably notice if you go back and watch, like, I think it's like VEDA Day 9 when we were all down Clent. Like, that was like the first time I looked at that vlog and was like, holy crap, do I scream way too much, way too loudly, and way too often? And like, since then, I mean, no guarantees, I still make weird noises because I'm a weird human being and that's what I tend to do. I try and moderate it to a degree, because I just watch that like, how did anyone sit through this again without having like some minor brain trauma? And that's kind of how I view a lot of Let's Plays now, and a lot of video game content in general, but I mean, I'll come to your defence in this. Let's Play people, they can be entertaining depending on what it is. Like, okay, Amnesia, Happy Wheels, Minecraft the generic, it's like, no, you need to stop doing that. But
again, with Minecraft though, it really depends on who it is and what they're doing. I will support anyone who does walkthroughs, tutorials, Easter eggs, cheats, that sort of thing. Anything like that I'm fine with, and reviews as well. So stuff like Total Biscuit and Zero Punctuation, especially actually, because Yahtzee's such a dickhead. There's no other way to describe him. But then you get the channels that put out the mixture of the good videos and the bad videos, and I'm going to bring Rooster Teeth. The majority of the time they put out what I find quite entertaining videos, but they do put out videos that some Let's Plays that obviously aren't, and it's mainly for the fact that it might just be something that I'm not interested game wise or others. And it's not just Rooster Teeth, many people do it, and it's the mix of the good content and the bad content, and I think everyone's going to have that mix, but sometimes the bad content outweighs the good stuff, and it sort of becomes pointless wanting to watch those people anymore. And
I mean, the thing with gaming content, and I will again come to the defence of people here, like 2 years ago I didn't have a camera that was worth a damn. I had like a phone and I'm not shooting 240p on a mobile. So the only way I could do sort of colour correction, editing, anything like that was to edit Team Fortress videos and things like that. I mean, if you want to edit, I mean, there's nothing really too much better to edit with than video games. You get the HD content right away, you can record it with a lot of free things. But like, once you start getting into the sort of YouTube partnership where you can make money and you can move on, like, to me that's the stage when you should move on. If you're making money off your YouTube videos, you should feed it back in like Freddie Wong does, for example.
Definitely. But I suppose that's our goal in one way. We sort of wanna go out and make content that we enjoy making and hope that other people enjoy them. But if we're not enjoying making them, we probably won't do them. Point 4, content re-releases. I suppose people like Ray William Johnson and Failblog and just
Tobuscus, I guess, sort of. Yeah.
With the cute win files, I mean.
Yeah. Not literal so much, but the cute win files. Cute win file, what's it, Ray William Johnson School equals 3, and then like Failblog, it's like, after you grow out of that, you start to wonder why you ever watched it, or at least I do.
No, I know what you mean, because for a long time we watched Ray William Johnson.
Like, this is like, in high school, you could get on YouTube through like proxy servers, and like every time it would be like Failblog, and we'd like watch things like Dutch Kid, well, it wasn't called Dutch Kid Fail on Failblog, it was like
Fail.
It was like Failbarding. Well, actually,
so our friend, we might as well say that our friend got onto Failblog, which was quite funny at the time, and as 15-year-old kids, that's quite funny.
Yeah. So basically, he went up this park and he got dared to jump over a fence or something along those lines, and the result is the video down in my groinal area.
Yeah, apparently. We'll link it because it was funny. But yeah, so other than that, I think the content re-releases, I'm not a massive fan of them because it's the originality. Coming up with something completely original is a very hard thing to do, and not many people do it. I mean, to the point where I wouldn't call this video completely original.
Nothing is
people
original.
have ranted and they go before them, and it's something that's near impossible to do now.
Like, nothing is original because everything that you create is from inside your brain, and your brain uses everything you've ever learned in order to create these ideas. I think I stole that from Tom Scar, and I think he stole that from something else, so we're starting to get a YouTube human centipede of idea stealing. That was a horrible metaphor. Ugh.
But yeah, and it's just, I think it's just the fact that, again, people aren't making their own content, yet are becoming bigger than people who spend so much time just like piling hours into making amazing quality content.
And I mean, people on YouTube, they follow the herd. if Ray William Johnson's the most subscribed channel, there will be other channels like Ray William Johnson.
Yeah.
Like back in 2006, where Angry Video Game Nerd was the most popular channel, there was also the Irate Gamer as well, who did exactly the same thing. Shane Dawson's like one of the most popular channels, and then the saddest thing is he's got like a 30-year-old man copying this like 18-year-old's videos.
Which is Anicia.
Oh god.
I think it's the 12-year-olds. It's the 12-year-olds that hear. Exactly, it's the 12-year-olds that hear the swears, and they're like.
They see something adult, they feel more adult because of it, but then when they actually get to an adult stage, they're like, wait, we were laughing at this because it's adult, but now that we're adults, we're not actually laughing at the adult humour. It's like adult humour is actually technically misnamed at this stage.
I think it's some of this going to be there, and the good thing again about YouTube is that you can choose to just not watch it. You don't even have to sift through it to get to what you want to watch. You just don't go anywhere near it and you don't watch it, which is why it's a great.
I'm glad the homepage has changed, because I used to remember when I used to log in back in 2009, and every single time there'd be Shane bleeding Dawson with a bleeding massive ass or massive pair of boobs in the thumbnail. And I know he's not the only one that did it. He was just the one that was always on the front page.
Yeah.
I mean, Shay Carl, Ray William Johnson, you know, a lot of popular YouTubers do things. Like, I remember the first Shay Carl video I watched was like, Fat Kid Falls Off Skateboard, which was like, what, like 5 years ago now?
I know what I mean. I haven't got a problem with Shay Carl actually, because I think he's a big vlogger, and I think what he does is, again, it takes a lot of... Yellow? Yeah? No? Stephen's here. Stephen, we're vlogging. Hello! Can we finish vlogging? Okay. That's my dad. Well, that's in bloopers. What was I saying? The Shay Carl. I haven't got a problem with Shay Carl because I think what he does takes a lot of balls. It's not an easy thing. Vlogging isn't an easy thing to do.
Back then, like when I saw that video, it was nothing but fake titles and poor content.
Yeah.
It was low effort, poor content.
I know.
Then. Either that or he was just bad at it, in which case I'm sorry. I can tell he's putting effort in now.
I mean, there's the documentary that he's bringing out soon. I think people like Freddie Wong and Corridor Digital and Devin Graham and people who really do put the effort in deserve the views.
I mean, at the end of the day though, YouTube, I don't know why people have this mentality. YouTube is a job.
Definitely.
It's a very, I'd say it's a damn good job, because you can do pretty much whatever you like on there. Like, if you're somebody like Ray William Johnson, you can start by ripping off YouTube videos and then later go back to it, but that's not the point. Start off ripping off YouTube videos, then walk around the streets of New York filming yourself a bit, and then start doing like a band and things. And it's like, I guess, kind of like the pop star mentality of, I'm singing, oh, now I'm acting, oh, now I'm doing drugs and in jail, I'm still getting attention though, oh, now I'm back to singing, Lindsay Lohan joke.
I think there's YouTubers that I respect a lot because of what they've done. Like I know a lot of people don't like Philip DeFranco, but if you look into how he became where he is now, it's quite an amazing
I'm not
story.
a fan, but I can tell he's putting in effort. I'm not into his content at all, but he's putting in enough effort to the point where I can respect him but not like him.
So the fifth one. The
fifth one.
Relationship between television and YouTube.
So it's a very double-edged sword, because you get things like Freddie Wong appearing in Chuck and then Chuck appearing in Video Game High School, and that's cool. That is undeniably awesome.
Definitely.
And I'm immensely happy for Freddie Wong for having been able to get both of those opportunities. But it goes both ways, because then you start getting TV infiltrating YouTube in like the worst possible way. So you get like The Only Way is Essex and Jersey Shore and these reality TV shows. And you might not think it's that big of a problem, but I've been checking the top 100 most subscribed lists, because I want to know what's popular, I want to know what's going on. And you expect what you'd expect to be in there, so Shane Dawson, Freddie Wong, PewDiePie, all the standard YouTubers. But then you get playlists in there as well, and I'm not sure if it's the 10th or the 9th most popular subscribed thing on YouTube, is the YouTube Movies playlist. So the videos you can rent off YouTube is the 10th most subscribed thing, I believe. And that's not good. Because we want to have YouTubers infiltrating TV, but we don't want to have TV detracting away from YouTubers. If we want to watch TV, we go downstairs, we click that, and we go, Charlie Sheen's washed up.
YouTube's going to have shareholders, and those shareholders want money. YouTube's going to have to change, because they're going to have to keep making more money. And the reason that we get all of these, well, this is what I get out and make out of it, is the reason that we get all of these changes on screens and layouts and stuff is because it's easier for people to view
adverts and things.
I suppose so, yeah. But also popular YouTubers.
Yeah.
Which can be annoying because it depends on who's popular at the time. But it's a way of them being able to show the popular YouTubers, and it's there.
I will complain about a lot of YouTubers. I'm not happy with what's popular at the moment, but that's my issue with YouTube's target audience, not the website and the shareholders themselves. When I will start having an issue is when TV becomes more popular than the actual channels on YouTube. And I really hope that doesn't happen, and I really hope they don't ever prioritise TV. And that's it. I don't watch anything else. So if I have YouTube then suddenly full of, you know, Breaking Bad, which I know is, like, you know, all these shows I don't really care about, like 2.5 Men and Mike and Molly and American Sitcom Number 500. It's a family show. No, please stop. Like, I mean, there are good sitcoms. There's Friends, for example, and Big Bang Theory is okay. But I don't want YouTube just to become Comedy Central 2.0 or ITV, Internet, Internet 10.
I think you have the television infiltrating YouTube, but I think the scary part is that YouTube will end up turning into the television, where it will be impossible for people like me and you to get anywhere. Because I think that's the great thing about YouTube. You can go out as an independent person and make your content.
I will say it's already harder for lower YouTubers to get popular, and here's why. People like Shane Dawson, and I mean, I don't find him funny. I don't find him. To me, he's way too offensive. He's trying too hard to be offensive. You can be offensive. You can be a dick. You know, you can be Frankie Boyle, and I'll laugh at it because he's a dick. You can be Yahtzee. I'll laugh at it because he's a dick. But you don't expect some of the things they say. Like, you don't expect Yahtzee to make a yo-yo joke about an aborted baby, for example. I know that's horrible, but that's the sort of thing he says. But then there's Shane Dawson, who's like really, really obviously offensive by like mock racism and the fact that he's camp and blah blah blah, and it's all supposed to be highly provocative and all this. And then he goes out and he hires other YouTubers, I guess, to a degree. So Brittany Louise Taylor, he collaborated with her, and now she's popular as a result of that. Then she can go out and fetch another Shane Dawson-y type of character who's amongst her friends, and they can get popular. I mean, I don't doubt there's a group of friends that exist within YouTube, like Nice Peter and Kasim G. And then, I mean, Tom Scar's got like a pretty big one.
In all fairness, a lot of the YouTubers from the California area are, it's very
interconnected.
Yeah, as in like you have Toby Turner and iJustine, but you also have Toby Turner and Catered17 and SMP Films. And
I mean, I'm fine with that, but it gets to the point where once they start getting a hold of and sort of creating their own network, you need a network to survive, is what I think. Is what's happening.
Yeah, which is why I think in England it's a lot harder because you haven't got as many. I don't think that they're there. They're definitely there. And YouTube.
Tom Scar is probably the most successful British YouTuber. I would say Charlie McDonald, but if you look at his subscriber count, everyone else in the top 100 is getting about 10,000 subscribers per hour. Poor Charlie, unfortunately, is only getting about 2,000 currently. Because he's getting that slow climbing rate of subscribers, there's a very good chance he could just be eradicated from that list.
I think that's the sad thing about Charlie McDonald. And the other thing is that I've noticed lately that he hasn't been putting up as much. If you look into the YouTube's, like, the way of how YouTube works, and basically YouTube say that you are more likely to get subscribers and views if you have
consistent content.
Yeah, not constant content.
Consistent.
Yeah. It's a matter of, you've got to be able to say you will be putting out 1 video a week or 2 videos a week, one on the Monday, one on the Friday.
And it has to be 1 a week at least, because I'm really sorry for Mr. Guitar Man, because he used to do 1 video a week. He was in the top 10, probably higher up in the top 10. Since he started doing fortnightly videos, he's dropped to about 54th place, which is pretty abysmal. Freddie Wong, he's been wiped off the top 10 because he's been working on Video Game High School more.
And to be honest, I think as soon as that comes back up,
there's a good chance he could spring, but it's a risk, isn't it, though, is the thing. And I mean, even then, I mean, I hope he does, because he deserves to be in the top 10, I'd say. He's probably one of the hardest working YouTubers. I know I say this about a lot, but like Freddie Wong, Mr. Guitar Man, Corridor, easily 3 of the hardest working in my opinion.
Anyway, I think we've talked you all to death now.
This is what you look like now.
Yep, and we'll leave you we'll say bye, and we'll try and let you process whatever it was that we just babbled on about for the last half an hour.
Golf clap.
Bye!
This has been Purple Vlogs. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience.